Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's Daily Dose podcast. Glad to have you with me. Our verse today is found in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6, and it says this: "So humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, and at the right time, he will lift you up in honor." Humility, which is basically thinking and acting for others instead of for ourselves, seems to be in very short supply these days. I mean, there's the obvious examples of when people believe that their opinion is so correct that anyone opposing them is obviously beneath them. Then there's the fracturing of society into groups who think, talk, and protest the same way, again believing that anyone that doesn't share their opinion should be silenced. Then there's what I call the humble brag. This one is most often associated with celebrities who do something nice. An example might be a celebrity who calls a press conference to announce that they are donating a few $1 million to a worthy cause. So why was the press conference needed to do that? It was solely for the purpose of letting people know that they were donating a few $1 million. In all honesty though, we're all pretty good at the humble brag. Oftentimes we only do good if others are paying attention. We want that pat on the back. We desire a recognition of our good deed. Why? Well, because we all struggle or have struggled with the desire to lift ourselves to a higher status in the eyes of others. But here's the issue. We ain't all that. For those of us that are Christians, we're servants of God. We do what he asks of us, and he asks us to do good. Notice he doesn't say that you're going to be recognized by humanity. In fact, if we're doing things right, we oftentimes will do good without anyone even noticing or knowing that we were the ones that did the good in the first place. We don't do it for the pat on the back or the recognition. We do it because in our hearts and minds, we know it is the right thing to do. We don't earn our way into heaven. However, God does see the good that we do, even when no one else does. And he recognizes when we do good out of love for others above self. He sees when we give more than we should, but we know it is truly a worthy cause. He sees when we lift others up while sacrificing of our own time, talents, and treasures. In the end, those who humble themselves and serve God and others are going to be blessed. I don't believe the blessing is reserved solely for the second coming of Christ. Instead, I believe that God blesses us through our good deeds. Therefore, fam, let's serve one another out of love, and let's live a life of blessing. Thanks for joining me for today's Daily Dose podcast. Once again, if you haven't become a subscriber already, I would love to have you be one. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on whatever app you happen to be listening to this podcast on. Or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. You'll be notified when new episodes drop. And in addition, please feel free to share this podcast with your friends all over social media. I'd love to have them along for the journey. I hope you have an extra blessed day.